What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So we're going to do another re-review today here in the main theater room. Gotta be honest, my mind has been really thinking a lot about the Hellboy line by ECC. I absolutely love the ECC statues. They are truly special. And I got Underworld and Blade, and I feel like Hellboy is the third of those, like, 2000 movies, like action creature movies that would fit the line real good. I wish I had an extra garage shelf. Now, in a perfect world, I would buy it all. Like all, Ape Sapien, Hellboy 1/3 and bust each, similar to that setup. Now, that's a lot of dough. I think I could get away with just the 2 1/3s. And the only place I can think of putting them is right there. That spot, there's really only a few options. There's Red Sonja Vampirella, Ape Sapien and Hellboy, Howling and Pumpkinhead 1/3. Now, in order of detail, I would put it as ECC, Prime 1, PCS. So PCS is the least detailed, and they're actually the most expensive of all three. So I would definitely put the girls above the two PCS. I think PCS fit the theme the best, though, because they're pure horror. But I do think Hellboy fits the theme really good. I do think Vampirella and Red Sonja look good. A tiny bit out of place, but not, like horribly. Hellboy would look good. You'd have to do Ape Sapien there, Hellboy there. It's gun facing this way. They'd look great. They'd be big. Their bases would be smaller, so it'd fit the shelf nicely. But that's also $6,000. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and do another re-review. Today we're going to check out the Sideshow Alien Egg. So I bought this bad boy locally. No box. They drove it 4 hours to my house, believe it or not. Because they lived in like St. George, and I live in Salt Lake City. It's like a 4-hour drive. And let me think, how much did I pay for this? Between $500 and $1,000. I can't remember the exact amount. But usually this thing goes for about $1,200 in the aftermarket. So this is from AVP. Yeah, freaking styrofoam getting in here, Jupiter. Yeah, so it does have a light up feature. It's very meh. It's just like a little light at the bottom. So I've plugged it in when I first got it, never again. It's a huge base. This thing's like 25 inches wide and deep. So 25-inch diameter base. Huge base. It has face hugger and then two face huggers. On this side it has, on one side it does have like, no wait, it's right here actually. Scar's helmet. So face huggers and Scar's helmet. To really represent the scene when like the eggs raised up in the chamber to take all their, parties away. Now, I'm a huge fan of AVP. I think it's actually one of the best Predator movies. I freaking love it. It's so entertaining. So, the base, it's okay. It has a little bit of weathering. It's, like I said, it's big. It's pretty good. The actual egg, they do have a little bit of a ooze effect here, but I wish it would have been much better. The actual egg does not have a super wet look. Now, it does have this like almost like hot glue that is coming out right here and up here. I definitely think it could have been better. For example, check out the Prime one, how glossy it is and their ooze effect. I think it's a little bit better. Their egg doesn't have that like almost like spider webbing on it. Theirs is a little bit different. And then theirs has that at the bottom. I do like that look. That's more Aliens versus AVP, but I think I would prefer that type of base than this base. I think that's a little bit better. Frankly, they could have just made a life size like this. Now, this is a closed egg. Of course, I would prefer basically a life size version of that. Open egg with a face hugger. I think that's much cooler. But this is pretty much the only like licensed life size egg out there. There's a few customs. They don't look very good. There is the NECA egg, but NECA, those are just like toys. They're not even collectibles for me. But I do like the webbing on this. It's actually really well done. I'd say the only thing is they could have made this overall just like wetter looking. So you always remember in the movies, these things just looked so moist looking. But the actual webbing looks really good. And the sculpt looks excellent. You know, all the like folds, and you actually can see like, you know, like this would be like the face huggers, whatever you would want to call that. And I mean, it almost looks like there's multiple face huggers. I guess it depends on the angle. Like that's the spinal cord of the face hugger as well. You know, it's almost like there's multiple face huggers, but yeah, it definitely looks like there's a face hugger that would be placed inside of this. There's nothing really to see on the back. It all looks the exact same, more or less. It's 25 inches tall. Retail, let me think. I swear these retailed at like, God, these came out so long ago, folks. I think they were just $500. You know, and there hasn't been another egg in forever. I'm surprised Prime 1 doesn't just take that sculpt and just magnify it to life size instead of 1/3. Because I think they could easily sell these for like $1,000 each if they just made them life size. So they looked really good. Now, granted, I do think the webbing on that looks excellent and gives a more realistic take than this. Plus, this could use a little bit more ooze effect coming out like the Sideshow egg did. Overall, it's a great piece. It is very light. It's definitely like 100% hollow inside. In terms of would I suggest buying it, it depends what you're going for. I really wanted to have the transformation of the xenomorph from egg to facehugger to chest burster to the actual xenomorph. Like, I love that look. I really like that display. So I think if you have, you know, a life-size alien bust, this would go great next to it. It looks all right next to the statue. I wouldn't buy it just next to a statue. I'd buy it only next to go to a life-size alien. You know, like if you have that, that would go fantastic next to it. You know, and of course I got the HCG facehugger. Now the best facehugger out there, hands down, is the Chase Smith Little Shop of Horrors one, but that also costs like $3,000. He also will repaint this for $3,000. His prices are freaking ridiculous. Granted, he does have the best paint apps out there. But I do like that face hugger, and we'll do a review on that separately. And I do think it goes well in this whole display. But overall, this egg, if you can pick it up for $800, I would say do it. I'd say that's about the value to me is about $800. And I'd only buy it if you have like a life-size alien bust. Do not buy it other than that. If you got a bust and you want a companion piece, I mean, for me, the best companion will always be like the full-blown 1/3 scale piece. But next to that, the next best would be like an egg, a face hugger, a chest burster. You know, kind of doing that exact same thing. Like you could put all three of those next to that, and it look fan-frickin-tastic. But yeah, it's still a great piece. I'd probably give it like a solid 6.5 out of 10. Nothing that's going to blow you away, but it is really cool. You know. Anyways, folks, I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.